Well, first, the scenes were much less chaotic, but arguably more choreographed, if not staged, than last weekend's hostage release. Carrying Hamas-branded gift bags, waving and smiling on stage before cheering crowds, the 4 female Israeli soldiers, Karina Ariev, Daniela Gilboa, Nama Levy, and Liri Albag, were handed over to the Red Cross in Gaza City on Saturday morning. You can see them in those pictures being reunited with their family members that came after they were transferred to southern Israel. Now, one of those freed hostages, Liri Albag, expressed her gratitude to Israelis and to the military for their support. Take a listen.
All the citizens of the State of Israel who supported our families and embraced them, and all the IDF soldiers who did everything for us. Thank you very much. I love you all.
Well, for more, we're going to cross now to France 24's Mark Owen, who is standing by at Hostage Square in Tel Aviv, and he's been speaking to Israeli-Canadian filmmaker Yoni Collins. Over to you, Mark.
Erin, thank you very much. There was something of a setup in how Hamas carried out the handover today. I think that was very clear, but I'll just step back and let you meet some of the people who used to do the same kind of job as the 4 girls concerned, and it means a lot to these people here who've been campaigning tirelessly to get them back. They're incredibly happy that their colleagues, that's how they look at it, their friends are free. And Yoni, the man in question, is a former IDF soldier, now a filmmaker. Thanks for getting the gang together to talk to us. This is a moment of relief for you all, but nonetheless there is a kind of bitterness about it all, I imagine, because there are still people who are captive.
Absolutely. There's still one of the female observers who was captive, Agam Belgo. There were 7 kidnapped. 1 was rescued alive in October 2023. 1, Noa Marciano, was murdered in captivity and her body was recovered by the IDF. And we got 4 back today, Daniela, Karina, Liri, and Nama, and we are so happy they're back. We've been fighting so hard to get them home, advocating for them nonstop, but Agam is still there, and there's 90 hostages in total still there, and we can't stop until Agam and every single hostage is back.
So it continues the campaign to bring those hostages back. What would your message be to the 4 women who've been released? I mean, clearly they're great to be back with their families, very happy about that, but I know the message from you all collectively is one of big hugs and big love, I imagine.
Yeah, we're so happy. We want to welcome them with love and hugs and everything we can. They are back in their families' arms, which is all we've wanted to see. And it's just the greatest feeling in the world. It's everything we've wanted, is just to see them back home with their families.
On the other side of the equation, of course, there's the Palestinian people. Now, we could talk about prisoners or we could talk about Hamas, but I'm wondering what your perspective is about Hamas or Palestinians. What is the distinction? Is there a distinction?
Absolutely. I want to make it clear that this was a hostage-prisoner deal. We are getting back hostages. They are getting back prisoners who have done serious acts of terrorism, a lot of them. Some have blood on their hands. Many have blood on their hands. We want to live in peace. All of us want to live in peace. The problem is that Hamas does not, and they control and govern Gaza, and we don't think we can have peace while Hamas is still in power there. It's obviously such an imbalance. It's bittersweet because we want to live in unity and peace, and we just have enemies that don't and want to wipe us out instead. So we've got the toughest situation in the world. On the one hand, we want this. We are so happy that our people are home and are coming home, and God willing, they all will, but this isn't going to be over. Hamas is still in power, and that's obviously terrifying to us. And it's terrible for the Israelis and the Palestinians that Hamas is still going to be in power after this.
Do you think, or do you feel confident that the truce deal can continue into a 2nd phase, 3rd phase? Do you feel that what we're seeing today in Gaza, in West Bank, may somehow subvert the whole process?
I don't know. I'm not political. I can't speak for whether it'll hold or not, but while it is holding, I'm just so happy that we're getting people back home where they belong, and I hope it holds. I hope we can have peace one day. I hope the Hamas is out of power one day, and I hope that all 90 are back home one day.
Yoni, thank you very much. I'll just step back so you can appreciate this protest of the observers. The girls who've been freed, 1 still, of course, in captive, and from Hostage Square here in Tel Aviv. I'll hand you back to the studio.
Mark Owen in Tel Aviv, Hostage Square. Thank you very much to you and to Israeli-Canadian filmmaker Yoni Collins.